This is breaking news.
Middleton Cancer News. King Charles's surprise walkabout meant a great deal as Princess of Wales absent. King Charles went on a surprise walkabout to speak to well-wishers outside Windsor Castle following the Easter Sunday service. The service was the king's most notable public appearance since he was diagnosed with cancer in February. Afterwards, Charles surprised onlookers by greeting gathered members of the public, who later said he looked good and was in high spirits. A Buckingham Palace source told The Telegraph that doctors had changed their guidance for the king after he had responded very encouragingly to cancer treatment. The walkabout will have meant a great deal to the king, said Joe Little, managing editor of Majesty magazine. He added, "It's the first time that he's been able to meet the public in such a way for several months, the first opportunity to do a walkabout this year, so it's a very welcome milestone on the road to recovery." The king's appearance will also be seen as an effort to reassure the public following the royal family's double cancer scare, with the service marking just over a week since Kate revealed her own diagnosis. The Prince and Princess of Wales did not attend, but Charles was joined by the Princess Royal and her husband Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, the Duke of York and Sarah, Duchess of York. Fewer members of the royal family appeared this year for the Easter Matins service at St. George's Chapel in Windsor. Notable absentees included the Princess of Wales, along with her husband and children, following her recent cancer diagnosis and beginning of preventative chemotherapy. Those in attendance included Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, and James, Earl of Wessex. Prince Andrew arrived with Princess Anne and her husband Vice Admiral Sir Tim Lawrence. Also present was Prince Andrew's ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, who herself was received a diagnosis for breast cancer earlier this year. King and Princess of Wales praised by Archbishop of Canterbury. Sunday, 31 March 2024, 2111, Alex Ross. The Archbishop of Canterbury singled out King Charles and the Princess of Wales for praise during an Easter sermon. Justin Welby encouraged the congregation to pray for Charles and Kate during his sermon at Canterbury Cathedral on Sunday. Beginning his sermon, he said, "In each of our lives, there are moments which change us forever. Sometimes it is individual. We have watched and sympathized with, and felt alongside, the dignity of the King and the Princess of Wales as they have talked of their cancer, and in doing so, by their lack of selfishness, by their grace and their faith, boosted so many others." Sunday, 31 March 2024, 2011, Alex Ross. King Charles is said to be responding well to his cancer treatment, with his road to recovery looking very positive, as he appeared looking well on Easter Sunday. The 75-year-old monarch was making his first major public appearance, having been diagnosed with an unspecific form of cancer in January, and his response to treatment led to doctors reportedly giving him the green light to greet members of the public following the Easter Matins service at St. George's Chapel in Windsor. Kate Middleton was absent from today's Easter Sunday service as King Charles took the focus with a surprise walkabout to greet members of the public. Asked if the events will help take the focus off Kate, the managing editor of Majesty magazine, Joe Little, said, "You would certainly hope so." He said he thought the focus had already moved away from her to a certain extent this week. "I think people accept and understand that the Prince and Princess of Wales and their family are on Easter holiday now and that they need their privacy, to just get on with being a family," the royal expert continued. "I think whatever the king has done today wouldn't have been with that specifically in mind, but it certainly helps." The king's public appearance on Easter Sunday will be a form of reassurance to people in the wake of the royal family's recent health announcements, an expert on the monarchy has said. Charles, who is undergoing treatment for cancer, smiled and waved at crowds as he arrived for the annual Easter Matins service at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle on Sunday morning. The managing editor of Majesty magazine, Joe Little, said the hugely encouraging event would help draw the focus away from the Princess of Wales, who disclosed just over a week ago that she had started a course of preventative chemotherapy. Kate, the Prince of Wales, and their children Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis were absent from the Easter service as the family are spending the holiday together as they adjust to her diagnosis.